This is a space engine. This is a star that has gone supernova. And this is how our universe might end. In this video, we're going to talk about heat death. The heat death of the universe. The heat death of stars. And even the heat death of duck. Because in order to understand what happens to the universe, we have to start with what happens to things when they die. And no matter if you're talking about a star or a universe or a duck, the ultimate fate of everything is the same. Everything that exists will eventually die, including you. You're already dead, man. You were born dead. You just don't know it yet. If you live long enough, you'll eventually become a heat death. This is when your body temperature equals the temperature of the universe, which means there's no more energy left in you to do anything. You can't even walk anymore because walking requires energy. But why does this happen? Why does everything die? Well, according to the laws of thermodynamics, the reason is entropy. Entropy is often described as a force, but really it's just a lack of something, namely energy. The second law of thermodynamics states that entropy wins every time. Or more simply, energy tends to disperse. For example, if you mix hot water with cold water, the hot water will eventually reach the same temperature as the cold water. Because energy tends to disperse from areas of high concentration to areas of low concentration, eventually both will be lukewarm, and the overall entropy of the system will be higher. So, why does this happen? Well, there's nothing in the laws of physics that says energy can't just stay where it is. It's just that in any system that we've ever observed, energy disperses over time. It always moves from high concentrations to low concentrations. That's just what happens. This is why stars shine. As hydrogen atoms and their cores get squeezed together under immense pressure and heat, they form helium. This releases energy. But as the star gets bigger and bigger, the energy disperses and the star cools down. Eventually, it reaches the temperature of the universe, and then it's a heat death. If you want to hear something really depressing, all the stars in the night sky are already dead. They're just so far away that their light hasn't reached us yet. Except for our sun, of course! Our sun is alive, but it will die one day. In 5 billion years, the sun will run out of hydrogen fuel. In a few billion years after that, it will expand into a red giant, engulfing the inner planets, including Earth. So if you want to extend your life a few billion years, you should probably move to Mars. Anyway, if you like optimistic science and tech stories, subscribe for more. Now, many physicists think that the same thing will happen to the universe. In other words, the heat death of the universe. The idea is that the universe started out hot and dense and then expanded and cooled, and as it gets colder and darker, everything will eventually die. Physicists actually disagree about what will happen at the heat death of the universe. Some think that time itself will cease to exist. Others think that time will continue, but that everything would appear frozen in place, because there won't be enough energy to move. They call this the heat death scenario. Do nothing. But maybe we shouldn't listen to physicists who have never died before. According to the theory of universal death, the heat death of the universe is not the end. Instead, it's a new beginning. A new universe will be born from the ashes of the old one. You see, in the theory of many worlds, the universe is always splitting. Every time a quantum event occurs, the universe splits into multiple parallel universes, each representing a different outcome. If you flip a coin, the universe splits so that in one version you win the money, and in the other version you lose the money. Eventually, all of these parallel universes will merge, collapsing the wave function and causing another Big Bang. In other words, the heat death of the universe is really the birth of a new one. So what's the lesson here? The lesson is that death is just another way of saying hello, and the death of the universe is just another way of saying Big Bang. In the end, everything dies, but something new is born. Even in the heat death of the universe, there is beauty. This is a space engine. This is a star that has gone supernova. And this is how our universe might end. But really, it doesn't matter how the universe ends because we'll all be dead anyway. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next week.